Hello everyone and welcome to week 2 of the amazing Readathon. We're going to try to be a little more organized this week because last week I feel like things got a little out of hand. But I haven't vlogged in a while. I felt like I was getting back into things. I'm pretty happy with it, but this week we're going to try to do a little better. We're also going to try to make more progress on my self-care bingo board that I did in my June TBR game. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link it down below. But today I am going to be reading more of my next prompt. We got our new prompt this morning. Bree dropped The Shire on us, which is very exciting, and it's a cozy book. So I am thrilled because yesterday I started the Antiquity Affair, and this was something I learned about in the Discord from Ash, and I am so excited because I truly had never heard of this, but I love the Mummy movie so much, and this is supposed to have mummy vibes, and I have already started it. We're following two sisters who can't be more different. One follows society's rules, the other one flaunts them. One wants to become their mother while the other one wants to become their father, and their mother has passed away years ago. They're a bit estranged at this point because one lives in England and one travels with their father as an archaeologist, and we kind of kick it off there when the older daughter is going to come out into society and things do not go as planned. I'm 8% in right now. I'm hoping to read more tonight, and I'm also hoping to put away laundry, which is one of my, tasks that I have to do, as well as possibly going on a walk. We shall see. I would like to go on a walk, but I also am not sure I'm going to feel like it. So we'll see. But we have a few tasks to do tonight, get a few things done, and also do some good reading. So I will come back to you when I have more updates, but I'm really excited to read this book. It was not on my TBR. It came out of left field, but sometimes we need those books. I'm also gonna move I have a rubber tree in my house that I keep as a houseplant, and I'm gonna move it out here because after 3 years of trying to figure it out, I think I've finally figured out that the AC tries to kill my plant every year, because as soon as we turned the AC on for like 2 days, the dramatic rubber tree decided to drop a leaf instantly. And I've been trying to figure out if it needs more or less water, more or less sun for years, and I finally figured out it's the AC. It's upset that there's a draft. So we're gonna move it out here on the porch where the humidity is higher and there are no cold drafts, and hope that it will like it. We're gonna find out. We'll see if it survives summer out here better than it does in the house, because every year in the house it drops all but like 2 leaves. Anyway, that's a long way to say welcome to the vlog, and we'll see what this week brings. Hello everyone, I come to you very accomplished, I think. So tonight I got home from work and I knew one of my favorite local food trucks was setting up at a local park. And one of my challenges from Brittany was to go and enjoy a local park. I think to read at the local park. So I also had we received a roadblock or a detour, I forget which one it was, but I think it was a roadblock from Bree for the Shire, and our team decided to do the one where we ended up having to take a 30-minute break from like a mindful break from screens and all that good stuff. So I went to this local park, hung out, got food, had dinner, enjoyed the scenery, and then I also went on a long walk around the park, just kind of doing a lap around the park and enjoying it. So I got that done too, and I'm gonna also count this as my square getting accomplished for Margaret, who put for me to read for 30 minutes with Do Not Disturb on. So when I did go on my walk, I put on Do Not Disturb and just like enjoyed my audiobook and walking around my town. So it was very, very nice. I had a very lovely evening. I sort of wish I had stopped for ice cream, but I was also really getting tired. So I decided to just come home, and I thought I will have to figure out when I'm gonna get that cake for Efa Square. I am 40% into the antiquity affair, and I'm having a good time, not a great time. Like, I'm enjoying it, but it's a little slow, I think. I feel like we're kind of repeating things, but I'm still having a good time. We're unraveling some things. I like the sisters. I kind of like how they're both being a little, not nefarious, but they're both being like challenging to their situation. They're not just accepting their situation, they're trying to figure out how to improve it. And I'm having fun. Like, I'm having a good time. It's just not quite giving me as many mummy vibes as I was anticipating and hoping for. So we're gonna keep reading tonight because I almost anticipate falling behind at this point, because I have the concert tomorrow night. I swear I don't normally go to this many concerts. I've just been going with different groups, and also one was spontaneous, one has been planned for a long time, and one was part of the like $30 Live Nation ticket sale that went on a little while ago. So like I had one planned up until like a month ago, and then we've added 2 more, so I've had 3 in 3 weeks. So it's been a season, and it's really awesome, but I'm also glad that I'm gonna have a little bit of a break after this. So concert tomorrow night, and then 2 days off, and then Faceoff weekend is Friday through Sunday, depending on your time zone. And yeah, so it's gonna be a busy end of the week, but I'm hoping to finish this probably not tonight. I anticipate that I will fall behind because I imagine we'll get either a prompt tonight or tomorrow. I don't know what Bree's plans are. I never know. I'm just along for the ride. So I am gonna continue to kind of relax. I'm kind of worn out from my walk and just kind of sit here and read my audiobook. I might go in and get my Switch. And I was trying to turn on the baseball game, but my TV wasn't cooperating with me, so we might go back inside because I already feel like I'm getting bug bites. So this was a bit of a rambly update, and I will keep you updated. Do you want to see my rubber tree that I was stressed about? So this is the spot, and this is the other spot that turned in 2 days. So I'm hoping putting it outside will stop the progress of the bad spots. We'll see. We'll keep you updated, but you can see how it's just lost leaves every summer. So yeah, this one survived, even though it's a little ugly, but we'll keep you posted. Hello everyone, and welcome to the update where I tell you that I fell behind. This leg in particular just really kicked my butt. I feel like we had longer for this leg. I might be wrong, but it felt like I even had longer with this leg, and I just couldn't get my book done, which isn't terrible. It just was a busy couple of days for me because I don't think this book is I'm reading the Antiquity Fair, and I'm still only 50% through, and it's just not grabbing me the way I want it to. So we have 2 sister perspectives, and one to me is very interesting, and the other is sort of repetitive and kind of just slowing down my progress because I'm not enjoying that perspective as much. So I'm enjoying this, but if I don't finish it by the end of the day or feel a big turnaround in the book, I might DNF it. Like, I was really anticipating this being a like winner for me, and it's just sort of okay so far. Like, something happened just now at the 50% mark that has made it, I feel like I should have had a larger emotional reaction to, and I was just sort of like, oh. Like, I was very mid about it. So I have off today. I want to, and the leg it's just been announced that the leg has ended. We don't have our new prompt yet. But if I don't finish this by the end of the day so that I can figure out what my next read is going to be, I will probably DNF this, because it's not grabbing me. It's not grabbing me. And I've been so up and down with my reads this year, as far as like, I've been in slumps multiple months this year, just sort of like not finding books that really grab me and haven't been keeping me reading. I want to embrace my DNF era this year. I might DNF this. It's also something that I didn't have any connection to before I started reading it, so it's just one of those books that, like, it came into my life, and it might leave sooner than the end of the book. We'll see. It's not a bad book. It's just not one that I want to keep reading and let it put me in a slump if we don't pick up here in the second half. I think it's very possible it could turn around. I just am not I'm invested in one of the two perspectives, and the other perspective is just, I keep feeling like I'm hitting a roadblock with the other perspective. One of the sisters' stories has been very interesting, and the other one has just sort of been the same thing over and over. So if that changes in the second half, I could see this taking a turn for the better, and I do see the potential there that it will. I just am a little nervous until then. But I have to go drop some donations off at a that from all this clearing out I've been talking about that I've been doing in, my unhaul that I posted last week and everything. Well, actually, it's going up today when I'm talking to you, but when you see this, it will have been last week, as well as just other clear outs that I've been doing. So I'm gonna try to go drop off that stuff, and yeah, I might go get some ice cream. We'll see. That's not one of my self-care tasks, but I'm really craving ice cream, and it's supposed to be 90 degrees today, so that might be the plan. Good morning, everyone. So it is Friday morning. We're going into Faceoff weekend. I'm very excited because I don't have plans. I feel like so often on a Faceoff weekend, I end up having some kind of plan that I'm going to, miss part of the day, part of the weekend, and that's totally fine. Like, you can absolutely miss part of Faceoff weekend, but I'm just excited that I'm going to be fully here for it this year. So I have lots of books out from my library, both physically and digitally. I have off work today, so just thrilled. I caught up on the legs. I am headed to the wall. I'm not done with my leg 5 book yet, but I am going to use a power-up card to just use one of the books that I was reading in the background to get to the wall, be done, be able to kind of go back and forth between Faceoff and the sightseeing and such. So I'm excited because I'm gonna, but let me update you on one thing at a time. So I finished the Antiquity Affair for the Shire, and this was, at the end of the day, I think this is a solidly 3-star book for me. I liked parts of it, and I didn't love other parts of it. I didn't ever really dislike it, but there were definitely parts where I was feeling like we were doing a lot of repetitive things. I really want to go and look and see if this is the author's, there's 2 authors, the author's first book, and how they wrote this book, because I'm curious to see if one of the authors wrote each narrative, because we had these 2 sisters, we're following each of their perspectives, and they felt different, but at the same time I felt like their narratives never felt really cohesive. Like, I felt like there was a lot of things happening, and we had the sisters feeling these things, but sometimes their internal monologue didn't feel like it lined up with what they were saying to the sister. So it was an interesting book that way. I never really felt like I was fully invested in the narratives at the same time. So I would be really interested in what was going on in, say, Tess's head at one point, but then I wouldn't be super interested in what was happening in her sister's. So like and it constantly switched back and forth, but I never felt like fully present in either at the same time. So overall, 3 stars, a good book, a fun ride, a interesting, I'm going to say debut. I have to check if it is a debut, but a interesting first venture in this series. I don't know that I would continue the series, but I also don't want to rule it out because I do feel like some of the issues I had here could be solved if these writers work together longer. So I wouldn't rule it out, but I'm not going to go seek it out either. Now I'm reading Tricks for Free, which is by Shauna Maguire. This is the 6th encrypted book, and I'm excited to continue on with this series. I've kind of just kept it rolling with my buddy Read this month, and I'm going to use our power-up card to ignore the prompt because I want to read this. I'm halfway through it. I would like to get to the wall so I don't have to worry about sightseeing, so I'm going to use one of the power-up cards because it's the midpoint in the month. I have only used one of the 5 assigned cards from the beginning, and so this will be my second, and I would like to, use them because we use them or lose them. So I'm going to take this opportunity to get caught up and be able to submit sightseeing and Faceoff weekend books as needed. So that's what my plan is. So I'm gonna head out. I think I'm gonna do some house stuff today. I probably need to do some filming today, and I also want to go on a walk later. So I will update you later on, but for right now, I'm just waiting for Faceoff to start. I'm going to try to finish as much of my prompt book as possible before we start Faceoff weekend. So that's my plan for now.
I'll be the boy playing the boombox by your window pane. I'll be the girl wearing your shirt out in the pouring rain. But this ain't a rom-com, this is real life, let me show you, babe. Don't need a plane again. So what you say?
Hello everyone, welcome to Faceoff. It has just kicked off. Bree has started kickoff sprints just a few minutes ago, and I rolled a 2, as you saw, and that gave me a whole host of possibilities, but I decided to go with an author that I haven't read from before, and I'm going to read Creepy Cat, which I borrowed from the library, and looks very fun. So it's story and art by Cotton Valent, and we're going to start with this one while I wait for the oven to preheat and me make my lunch. So that's my plan. And I'm hoping to focus on my physical library books first, and then we'll go to my digital audiobooks or digital library books. They're not all audiobooks. I also need to finish my leg book, but I only have about an hour left in the audiobook, so I'm taking a little bit of a break from that and gonna do this. That's where I'm at right now. I finished Creepy Cat Volume 1, which was fun, but also confusing. There was a lot happening in here and not a lot of explanation. So it was a fun read, but I don't think I'll be continuing the series since my library does not seem to have the volumes beyond Volume 1. So if that changes, I might pick it up again for something like this, but overall it was just all right. I've rolled again. I rolled 1, and that gave me a number of possibilities, but I'm going to move to the square of under 300 pages. I'm not sure what I'm going to read for this yet. I have a bunch of possibilities that would work, but I'm about to eat lunch, so I will probably switch to watching BookTube for while I eat lunch, and then I will go back to Faceoff weekend. So probably going to watch Bree's new vlog for week 1 or part 1 of the Readathon, and then we'll figure out what I'm going to read from there. Hello everyone, so I thought I would mix it up a little bit. I came upstairs here to do an update because it's been a day. I'm a little sweaty. I was on a walk and then I went and grabbed dinner, and also I went to Dairy Queen and got a Blizzard because I felt like I needed it. It's the end of the week. It's been a heck of a week and I just really wanted it. So I went to grab that, but I'm windblown. I'm a little sweaty you know, it's the end of the day. I've been reading a lot, and I wanted to update you that I finished Goldie Vance Volume 3. I really liked that installment, had a really good time reading that one. I don't have a ton of thoughts about each one of these books because I'm reading it pretty quickly. Then I actually ended up taking a little bit of a break from reading for Faceoff weekend to read Starling House, which is for another project, so I'm not going to talk about that in this vlog. But after kind of doing my walk and doing my errands and everything, I decided to pick up, I'm kind of deciding between two. So I rolled a 2, which landed me on, I decided to go in a new part of the board, and I went to a book that I am excited about. So I'm really excited about The Deep Dark by Molly Knox Osterhag, which is it seems like it's going to be a paranormal, queer, like coming of age story. It's about Magdalena, who is about to graduate high school but already feels like an adult. She's juggling like taking care of a family member as well as making out with a girl who has a boyfriend, and there's also something in her basement that she's worried about. So a lot of interesting things. I have not heard of this one until I went to the library and grabbed it, but I know Molly Knox Osterhag from her work on The Girl from the Sea. So I wanted to pick this up because I love their art. I loved The Girl in the Sea. So this was fun. I'm excited about that one. And then this also sounds fun, which is Delicious in Dungeon by Roko Kui. This is volume 1. I have 5 volumes out from the library. So like I said, I'm trying to concentrate on my physical books from the library since I borrowed these further in the past. I actually have already renewed these ones, so I would like to do this so I can take them back at the end of this weekend, see if I can get some more things. This seems to be following a group of adventurers who get stuck in a castle and decide to destroy and eat the things that are attacking them. So it sounds fun. It sounds kind of silly, but I'm excited for it. So I'm excited for both of these, so I'm going to start them both. And then I might submit one for sightseeing once I finish my wall book, which is Tricks for Free by Sean McGuire, which is the encrypted number 6 in that series. And it's not a chilling cover, it's not a chilling book. I'm using a power-up card to skip the prompt this time because I was already reading this book in the background, hopefully for sightseeing, and then I fell behind in the last leg. So I've decided to, since I finished my Shire book pretty quickly. I finished, what did I read? The Antiquity Affair. Since I finished that pretty quickly, I'm gonna finish my other book to get caught up on the legs, and then I can submit as much as I want here for Face-Off and sightseeing. But my buddy and I were out of sync, so I delayed my finishing of the wall book until my buddy could catch up a little bit. So I'm not delaying too long, but I'm also working on some other things to kind of split my time and work on all my books. But that is my update for now. I will update you all when I finish something else, but that's it. Okay. I'm gonna go relax a little bit now. Hello everyone. So it is late in the day on Saturday. I have been reading most of the day and doing other stuff too, but I wanted to come out here on a porch update and give you a kind of sum up of today. So this morning I finished Tricks for Free, and I really enjoyed this installment. I thought it was really interesting. This one takes place in an amusement park, and we really develop Antimony's character and kind of explore deeper into what's going on with her individually rather than what's going on with her inside the family. Since this is a series about a cryptozoologist family, we've kind of been following different main characters. Like every couple of books we switch main characters. So Annie has been a very fun main character. I like her a lot. And I'm excited to see more books with her because I think we get another book with her after this. So that will be our 3rd in a row. Really liking that. She had a really interesting arc in here, and I'm really interested to see where we go going forward. I gave this a 4-star. Very solid, very fun. I also finished The Deep Dark last night. I don't think I gave you a final update on that. I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really liked it. It was really emotional and had a lot of depth. Like sometimes graphic novels, if they're short or just sometimes they don't resonate quite as strongly with me, but this one really did. And because it was also longer, it was like almost 500 pages, and I really enjoyed it. I'm not saying graphic novels can't resonate with me strongly, but sometimes in an event like this where I'm reading them really quickly, I find I'm not like quite as connected because I'm trying to get through it. I'm like just kind of in the groove of reading, and this one I took a little longer with. There was also a lot of really interesting play with when we got color in this book, because there were a lot of the graphic novel was in black and white, and then we got some instances of color, and that was really interesting, that the way the author and illustrator played with that. So I really enjoyed that, had a great time with it. I don't have a lot of critiques. I just would have enjoyed if we delved into a couple of things a little deeper. I felt like some of it was very kind of, you had to infer some of it, and I just felt like I would have appreciated a little more explanation, especially since I didn't feel that way about everything. So but overall, really good, really liked that. Then this morning I read Delicious in Dungeons by Ryoko Kui, and this was my newest role, which was from a book that I was excited about. So I originally picked In the Deep Dark as my pick for that prompt, but I decided to submit that as sightseeing, and I submitted this as a Faceoff weekend book. This is cute. So I rated this 3 stars because I liked it. In this, we're following a group of adventurers who they kind of lose all their supplies and their money, so they decide to go back into this dungeon and explore it, but also they are going to kill and eat what they find in the dungeon rather than going back and buying food all the time. And they're doing that, and it's really interesting because it's kind of like we explore, like each sort of chapter is like a recipe almost, where we see them discover a new thing to destroy and eat, and how they prepare that, and sort of learn more about the characters along the way. I felt like almost the opposite about this that I did with the Deep Dark, because this was almost over-explained. There was so many words on each page, and while I liked it, I did feel like we were kind of doing the same thing over and over, and we took a lot of time to get there. At the end, I did think things started to get more interesting, so I do have volume 2 that I'm gonna try to see if I like this anymore. But I have the first 5 volumes out of the library, so I'm gonna try the second volume if I can. I didn't roll yet for my next prompt, and we'll see if I like this more, or if I don't feel like this manga series is gonna be for me, because it is fun, but it also felt, I thought it was going to be more funny, and it's pretty serious. Like, it is like exactly what it says on the tin, and they're doing it in all seriousness. So while fun, it's also kind of not exactly what I was expecting. So we'll see. I don't know how I feel about it 100% yet, but the first volume got 3 stars. We'll see where we go from there. It's like 6 p.m. Katie just ended her sprints, and now Lexi is going to start her sprints here in like half an hour. I've just been watching sprints all day. I went on a walk, I took a nap. It's been a gray day here, so I thought it was going to rain like all day today, and I kind of shaped my plans around that for the day. And then when it didn't, it's still kind of gray and gross, so I just have kind of been hanging out at the house. But yeah, I also started, wait a second, I've just messed up my own timeline because I forgot about Automatic Noodle, because I did roll again after this one and started. I don't have it physically with me, that's why I forgot. Silly me. I did roll again, and I got your favorite color on the cover, so I chose Automatic Noodle, which is something I have an arc for, and it's like around 150 pages. And this is so interesting. This is it's a cozy sci-fi about a group of robots who wake up in their restaurant that they used to work at, but the people have like shut down the restaurant, and it's is the story of them trying to figure out what they're going to do because they need a way to sustain themselves in the world, and they like working with each other and they don't want to be sent to other places. So they're trying to figure out how they can kind of restart this business under the radar and make themselves some money and kind of take care of themselves without the human element. And it's very cozy, it's very sweet so far. It also has a lot of commentary on immigration, gender, sexuality, differences, prejudice, and things like that. And it's also taking place in a liberated California, where there's a war that the robots keep talking about, that California broke away from the United States. And reading that this weekend has just been really, really interesting. Between all the commentary and also the talk of this war that they're talking about, is just, it feels really weird because of the current world happenings. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's a little slower. I think I'm gonna roll again while I'm still reading this to kind of have a second thing that I can switch back and forth to, because I'm reading like, I don't know, maybe 10-15 pages of it at a time, and then I get interrupted and do something else, or I fell asleep or whatever. Like, I'm 50% of the way through, and I've probably been reading it for a couple of hours now, so I just I would like something to kind of break it up here as I go into the evening when I'm getting more tired. So, and now my neighbor or someone has started doing some hammering, so I guess that's my cue to cut things off here. I have to make dinner, and then I'm just going to settle in for more sprints. Hello everyone, so I'm just giving you a little update that Faceoff is over. I think I'm going to have like one more update to tell you like exactly what I did for the weekend, but it's over. We've hit 12 o'clock noon for Eastern time. That's where I'm in the Eastern time zone. So Faceoff is over. I feel pretty accomplished but not burned out, which is exciting. I didn't quite finish Spy Family Volume 12 for Faceoff, so I'm just going to finish that for sightseeing. And I took time to also read Starling House this weekend, and I'm about halfway, between a third and a halfway through this book. So this will also be sightseeing eventually, but I think I told you I'm not updating you on my thoughts because it's going to be in another video that's going to come soon. But yeah, what a great weekend. Like, fantastic sightseeing weekend, at least in my household. I read a lot, I relaxed a lot. It didn't rain as much as it was supposed to, so I got outside a couple of times. Just an excellent weekend all the way around, and yeah, fantastic. So I will have like stats and stuff when I completely sign off this video for the end, but I just wanted to like acknowledge we've hit the end and that I'm working on putting this video together, and then I'm gonna go out for a late lunch with my family for Father's Day. So I'm already hungry, so I think I'm gonna go get a snack to hold me over, and then when we get back, I'm gonna put the vlog together for tomorrow, because I mean, I've been working on it, but put the rest of it together and give you some stats and close things out. I don't know if we're gonna get a prompt before the end of the day or if it's gonna come tomorrow. We'll find out, but I'm caught up on legs, and I did some sightseeing and I did some Faceoff, so really productive weekend around here. So that's my update for now.